بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Continuing the reading of the book that is the Islamic summary or the summary of the Islamic jurisprudence, which is known as Mulakhas al-Fiqih by Shaykh al-Fawzan hafidhahullah. That we stopped with the bab fi salat al-witr wa ahkamuha. We stopped at the chapter that is dealing with the salatul witr, and the ahkam, meaning the ruling in regard to salatul witr. So inshallah ta'ala لقد طال في عهد بين الفصل الماضي واليوم، فإذا إن شاء الله تعالى نبدأ بداية جديد بإذن الله تبارك وتعالى. Since it has been a little time between the last class and today, we will inshallah ta'ala come back to the beginning of it, of the fasl inshallah ta'ala. Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan hafidhahullah say, ولنبدأ الآن بحديث أو بالحديث عن صلاة الوتر لأهميته. He say we're going to start with discussing about the Salatul Witr, and this will be the first Salah after the regular 5 Salah because of its importance. فقد قيل, it has been said, page number 83. فقد قيل, it has been said, إنه أكد التطوع. It is one of the most well-emphasized salah. وذهب بعض العلماء إلى وجوبه. Some other scholars, they even went for another and to say that it is an obligation. So others say that it is what is called sunnah mu'akkad, meaning a very well emphasized action. وَذَهَبَ بَعْضُ الْعُلَمَاء, and some others, they went to the level of calling it a obligation. And we know that barakallahu fikum, that al-amr yufidu al-wujub. If there's something that is an obligation, that means if something is an obligation, mother, what is the meaning of something that is an obligation, Abdullah?
If you leave it, you have sin.
Ahsanta. If you leave it, you are sinful, and you?
If you do it, you get reward.
Ahsanta, very good. The obligation is something. طيب, it is يثاب فاعله ويعاقب تاركه, that the person doing it will be rewarded, but the one that abandoned will be sinful. This is what is wajib mean, wujub. Right? Very easy. Somebody tell you this is wajib, right? Or you tell him, akhi, salatul isha is wajib, right? Tell him why you say it's wajib, because the one doing it will be rewarded, but the one that is abandoning it will be what? Sinful. He's sinful for, barakallahu fikum, not establishing act of wujub. Mathalan, fasting the month of Ramadan. Is it wajib or not? Wajib? It's wajib. What is the indication that it's wajib? By way of what do we know it's wajib? Now that's why it is important to learn the adillah. Na'am, Mishusi.
In the way if you are not sick, you don't have any equipment, and you are not fasting.
Yes, you telling me unto who it is wajib, unto who the Ramadan is wajib, but
the one who is helpful.
Right, this is unto those who it is wajib on them.
And the Muslim.
Right, but now What is the dalil? Ala wujub as-siyam. What is the proof that fasting Ramadan is wajib? What is the proof? Uthman.
It's a pillar.
Right? It's a pillar. What else? Abba Ibrahim. Ahsanta. Qawluhu ta'ala kutiba. The statement of Allah, the word kutiba. This is what is the proof that it is an obligation. Kutiba. Bima'ana furida. Asha Ubaid al-Jabiri hafidhahullah mentioned. And other than him. Furida, it has been made an obligation. Because sometimes the word itself can be indication on the ahkam of the action, of the ruling of the action. So to say kutiba, it shows that it is what? It is a wajib. Another proof. Another proof. Naam, another proof. Ibn. Al-Quran, hatta Al-Quran, inshallah. Until the Quran. From the proofs in the Quran, and we'll go to the hadith. Naam. What surah is that? Huh? What surah is that? No, what did he just say? I say the dalil from the Quran. Right. So that's a hadith, right? Naam. That is not showing that it's a wajib.
No, the next.
Which one?
فَيَصُمْ
فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ فَلْيَصُمْ. Whoever live to be in the month of Ramadan, فَل here فِعْلُ الْأَمْرِ, it's a command. فَلْيَصُمْهُ, let him fast it. طيب. So therefore, barakallahu fikum, it is that some of the scholars, they say, وَذَهَبَ بَعْضُ الْعُلَمَاء إِلَى وُجُوبِهِ. So some, they went to the level of saying that the witr is an obligation. So in other words, if one abandoned the witr, he is what? He is athim. He is athim. He is sinful. Right? He is athim. وَمَا اخْتَلَفَ فِي وُجُوبِهِ فهو أكد من غيره مما لم يختلف في عدم وجوب. He mentioned another important issue, which is in regard to the issue that the ikhtilaf that is in the wujub, but it is not in regard in being well emphasized. It is not in being well emphasized. طيب. So there is no disagreement that it is mu'akkad, even though there is a disagreement if that it is what? It is an obligation. So here let's look at some of the statements of the Ahl al-Ilm. Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan, he said, اتفق المسلمون على مشروعية الوتر. He said it has been a consensus for the believers, for the Muslims, that Salatul Witr is legislated. Right? That the Muslims, they have a consensus that the Salatul Witr is legislated. Shuf, that Salatul Witr is legislated. So now there is nobody disagreeing in regard to this being legislated. Right? So it is a ijma'. It is a barakallahu fikum ijma' in regard to Salatul Witr being from the legislation. So therefore, فَلَا يَنْبَغِي تَرْكُهُ. So therefore, it is not permissible to abandon it. So therefore, it is not permissible to abandon it. Why? Because it is a ittifaq ala mashru'iyyati al-witr. Because there is a consensus in regard to what? In regard to the legislation of Salatul Witr. And he mentioned likewise, وَمَنْ أَصَرَّ عَلَى تَرْكِهِ. And likewise for the one that is persistent upon abandoning it. He says, فَإِنَّهُ تَرَدُّ, it will be rejected, shahadatuhu, his testimony. The one that is persistent in rejecting and abandoning the witr, that his testimony is being rejected or will be rejected. Now this was the same of Shaykh Fawzan hafidhahullah, and he is now giving the proof of his statement, meaning who from the scholars preceded him in his statement. And this is very important, barakallahu fikum, that a person, barakallahu fikum, is to always give reference to the scholars, to mention them by name, not just to say the scholars say. It is sad that you will sit in certain circles, you will not hear one time a name of a scholar. One time a name of a scholar. Now, in other words, the individual is taking credit of everything that he's saying. Whether it is right or whether it is very right, he's taking credit of everything he's saying. But look at this. This is a alim. This is a alim, Shaykh Fawzan hafidhahullah. He is quoting another alim to point out, barakallahu fikum, his statement, to back up his statement. Qala, he say, Qala Imam Ahmad rahimahullah. He say, Imam Ahmad rahimahullah said. So here he is not alone in his statement. When he say that anybody abandoned witr, that his testimony will not be accepted. Right? And he is not, barakallahu fikum, ashamed to mention the names of the scholars. He is not. He is not calling to himself, but rather he is telling the people about where he got this from. He say, Imam Ahmad rahimahullah mentioned, Man taraka al-witr amdan, whoever abandoned the witr purposely. Meaning he willingly abandoned witr. He purposely abandoned salatul witr. Whoever abandoned salatul witr amdan, bima'ana muta'ammidan, purposely, he willingly abandoned salatul witr. فَهُوَ رَجُلٌ سُوء, he is an evil individual. طيب, he is an evil individual. And he say, وَلَا يَنْبَغِي, it is not permissible. He say, لَا يَنْبَغِي أَن تُقْبَلَ شَهَادَتُهُ, it is not permissible to take his testimony. A person abandoning witr is not to be taken his testimony. If he say, I seen it, you can take me as a witness, and he will know he doesn't pray witr, we say, Akhi, we can't take your testimony. Ma'adiratan. Sorry. And that shows, barakallahu fikum, the seriousness that the people of the Sunnah, they have in regard to their religion. They shows the seriousness that the people of the Sunnah, the Imma of this deen, they had in regard to this religion. Look, one rak'ah, one simple rak'ah, simple we'll say, because it's one. A person abandon it, they will not take his testimony. How about a person lying upon Ahlul Ilm? How about a person lying upon Allah and His Messenger? How about a person, barakallahu fikum, making of things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not authorize? So Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, he say that whoever abandoned witr amdan. So here the key word is what? Amdan, purposely. Not someone, barakallahu fikum, accidentally he abandoned it because he, barakallahu fikum, fall asleep, or he had a heavy day, or had a long day, whatever the case might be. Right? He'll say, okay, inshallah, I'm going to get up late at night, I'm going to make it. And qaddar Allahu ma sha, he did not do so. So we ain't talking about the issue. But in the way, say, you know what, man, I'm not going to make no witr. Forget the witr. You guys can have it. La. He is an evil individual, and that his testimony is not to be accepted. That it has been explained why Imam Ahmad mentioned that he is an evil individual, because he mentioned that one rak'ah, one unit of rak'ah of salah, one, that the messenger never left off, whether he was muqim or musafir, whether he was a resident or he was a traveler, he never abandoned it.